Do you remember what it was like to rank Mario Kart tracks for the first time? Well, I certainly do, thinking my thoughts of Mario Kart World. Yeah, I know that's the topic, but that's besides the point. In this video, I'm going to be ranking Mario Kart World tracks, in my opinion, from worst to best. Also, if you do enjoy this video, please be sure to subscribe. It's free and you can also unsubscribe later if you change your mind. Now, without further ado, let's get into this tier list ranking. Mario Kart World has 30 tracks, and here are my tiers. We got Legendary for the best tracks in the game, Excellent tier for like really good tracks that I find really fun to play, Good tracks for good but not great, Average for mediocre, Meh for like ones I don't care enough about, Bad for tracks that I really don't like, and then Awful for the worst tracks in the game. We have the tracks in track order, and we'll start with the very first one in this game, and that is Mario Bros Circuit. Many people won't like me for this, but I personally think this is the best first track in the entire franchise. Knowing that we had Luigi Circuit in Wii, Toad Circuit in 7, none of the first tracks have really been as good as this one, in my opinion. I think Mario Bros Circuit is massively underrated. With the new shortcut, with the tech on the track, I think it's really good, and I also like the theme of it. So I'm going to put in an excellent tier because I think it's a really good starter track. The next track is Crown City. Crown City, I wasn't really sure at first, but the track, don't get me wrong, the track is really good scenery wise, but overall I think it can get a little bit boring driving on the straightaways, especially when you're not in the middle of the track. So for me, I'd say it's a track that looks good with scenery, but actually can get boring as you go throughout the race. So I'm going to put this on a good tier because I do think it could be a little bit better. Okay, so let me just put that there. Okay, the next track is Whistle Stop Summit. Now, I can tell Nintendo went out of their way with this track because, oh my days, it's just too good. I've never seen a track as good as this, honestly. Like, this is one of the best tracks I've ever seen. It's honestly so technical and so creative. Great job for this track, Nintendo. This is probably one of the best tracks you'll probably see. And by the way guys, every single piece of footage I've put in are from the current world records as of this day, November 10th, 2025. So as of now, I'm putting this track up in Legendary because it deserves to go in there. And next track is DK Spaceport. Nintendo is honestly very creative with ideas. They can make some very cool ideas when it comes to their games. I mean, this track in Mario Kart, this one is so creative, honestly. Because how can you... I don't get how they've made a track out of an original game. This one I'm going to put in good though, because I'm not the biggest fan of Donkey Kong, obviously. Sorry to Donkey Kong fans though. But anyway, the next track is Desert Hills from the DS. The main problem with Desert Hills in Mario Kart World is because no one recognised it because Nintendo remade it into a completely different track. At this point, it's not even Desert Hills, it's Desert Dunes, because I really like this track in Wii and DS. So, but now I think it's just meh to bad. Yeah, I'm putting this in bad because Nintendo completely shafted this track. The next track is an iconic one, Shy Guy Bazaar. Let me tell you guys something. I was never the biggest fan of Shy Guy Bazaar, honestly. I did think it was really a forgotten track since 8 Deluxe and 8 Wii U came out. So honestly, as of now, I think I'll put it in good tier because I was never really the biggest fan of it. Okay, the next track is N64 Wario Stadium. I'm gonna be honest here, guys. I've never really had a strong feeling about Wario Stadium ever. For me, it's like indifference, honestly. So I'm gonna put this one on meh because I've never really cared about it that much. I never really liked it that much or hated it. Okay, the next one is one of my all-time favourites, Airship Fortress. First of all, let me just say I was super excited when they brought this track back. It is literally one of my all-time favourites. It's literally my second favourite behind Mushroom Gorge from Wii. This one is literally such a legendary track. And for that, it's going in legendary. You know what, put it at the top of the list because it deserves it. Alright, next track. We're on the Star Cup now. DK Pass. I find DK Pass to be very underrated, knowing that it's massively overshadowed by a really iconic track, DK Summit. Especially knowing that it's from Mario Kart Wii, which have the most iconic tracks in the franchise. I think that DK Pass does not get the respect it deserves, and I really like this track, so I'm going to put in excellence here. Next track is Starview Peak. Surely everyone recognises when we first saw this track. In the IGN Nintendo Treehouse. Yeah, this is a mix between Ice Outposts from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and the Comet Observatory from Super Mario Galaxy. Yeah, and I honestly like the creativity of what Nintendo have done with this track, so I'm gonna put this in excellent because I really find it to be creative. Okay, the next track is Sky High Sunday. Yeah, I'll be honest with you guys, in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe I never really liked Sky High Sunday, but when it came to World though, I really liked the techniques and the mechanics in that, mainly because of the wall ride. The wall ride makes the track so much better because you're given a free shortcut every lap, unless you want a bag, play simple. But overall I think this track is good, so I'm putting this in good. The next track is Warrior Shipyard. Right guys, I've said this once and I'm gonna say it again. This is my own personal opinion, and if you don't like it, you can hate on the comments with me. I don't care, because I know everyone likes their tracks. For me, I've never really had a strong feeling about Warrior Shipyard ever, and I think it's one of the most mediocre tracks in my opinion, so I'm gonna put this in average. The next track is Koopa Troopa Beach. This was going at the bottom of the tier list at first, but not only this is the only track to have 5 laps, but this is probably have the best song in the game. Just listen to this. Yeah, and speaking of OST, yeah, actually I'll put a link to Mario Kart World's OSTs in the description, guys, so if you want to listen to it, you can see it there. Also, I'll put a link to all the videos I've used and credit their uploaders, just so I don't get copyrighted or whatever, because you know how that stuff is nowadays. But anyway, back on topic. Cooper Beach, it's not bad by any means, but yeah, I think overall it's a very good track. I think because knowing that it's 5 laps, it was usually useless in Super Mario Kart and that. I think mainly because like the music's a banger. I think it's very good for bagging. Like a lot of chaos can happen there. So yeah, I think this is a good track. So I think a very chaotic one as well. But yeah, so I'm at this point. I'm gonna put it on good tier. Yeah, good tier will be fine. Good tier. Good or average? Yeah, I'm gonna put good, but I'm this close to saying average though. No, I'm not that big of a fan of the track. Okay, anyway, next track is Faraway Oasis. Now, one thing that Nintendo needs to keep doing in later installments of Mario Kart is that they need to make a different variety of tracks. And this one is Safari themed, which I find is really good. And for some of you who might remember, I have had an absolute masterclass of a comeback on this track. If you might remember. Overall, I think this track is pretty good, and I'm going to put it in a good tier. Alright, next track is Peach Stadium. Before I give my initial thoughts on this track, can I just ask to anyone else who's thinking, doesn't anyone else think this track looks very similar to Mario Kart Stadium in some extent? I don't know if it's just me, but you guys can let me know in the comments though. But anyway, this track, I really enjoy playing this track. And if you don't know, I had an amazing comeback on this track as well. Yeah, anyway, the track is good. I really enjoy playing the spiral part. The overall track is really fun to time trial. So I'm putting this in Legendary as well because it's one of my favourite tracks in the game. Next track is Peach Beach. I have to say that Peach Beach is one of the worst tracks in the game because I really don't like what Nintendo did, especially with sections 2 and 3, so I'm afraid this has to go in awful. Psych! You thought I was being serious? Nah, Peach Beach is one of the best looking scenery tracks in the game. With sections 2 and 3 it's a little bit controversial, but I really liked what they did with it. Adds more difficulty to it. And it's not just too basic like how it was in like Double Dash and Wii. So yeah, this is going Legendary because it's one of my favourite tracks in the game. And the next track is Salty Salty Speedway. Now don't get me wrong, this track looks cool, everything about it, right? Judging by the music, I think it's a mix of French and Italian themed, I don't know. But overall, I really don't like how this track is played. It's a good track that looks cool, but it is one of my least favourites in this game, honestly. So, sorry Salty Salty. I've just had a few bad races on this, to know, but I'm sorry, but this is going in awful. The next track is Dino Dino Jungle. I just want to say that Dino Dino Jungle has had a massive upgrade from last time we saw it. Mainly because this is what it looked like in Mario Kart 7, and this is what it looks like now. Yeah, which is why I'm putting a straight excellent tier, because I really like the visuals, especially since it's Jurassic Park themed as well. Jurassic Park, sorry. Yeah, anyway, next track is Great Crescent Block Ruins. One of the most technical tracks in this game, but once again, one of the most creative tracks in the game. But seriously, Nintendo? Are ruins in the sky? When have we seen that from you? Yeah, to be honest, you're going straight in excellence here. Yeah, because this track is just really great visually. Okay, next track is Cheap Cheap Falls. I'm going to be honest, guys. This track is my least favourite in the entire game. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this track. I don't like this track at all. Yeah, I've had so many bad experiences, and plus I'm not a fan of it, especially the water sections. The water section is my least favourite, so yeah, this is going in awful tier for me. The next track is Dandelion Depths. Yet again, another creative idea that Nintendo have made, especially the underwater section. I'm not a big fan of underwater sections, but this one and Starview Peak are my only exceptions. But honestly, this track is just really good. The spiral, the tech, I mean, the driving is really good, especially when you're using the real racer. As one of my favourite tracks overall playing this in this game. And so it's going in legendary because it's one of my favourites. Next track is Boo Cinema. Honestly, Nintendo needs to keep doing this, because yet again, as I've said multiple times in this video, another creative track. Because we're literally racing through a horror film. Like, what? But anyways, this track is going straight in the excellent tier. It's not one of my absolute favourites, but I still really like this track. The next track is Dry Bones Burnout. Let me just say, first of all, the music's a banger, first of all. Because it's giving you that Spanish-Mexican vibe you'd hear from like Disney films like Encanto or something. But anyway, the track is really good. I like playing it. So it's going to go in excellent tier. 2 cups left now. And a fan favourite, Moo Moo Meadows. Let me give you guys a quick fun fact here. The last 29 world records on this track in this game have been held by the same player, a player named Kinzo or Kinzero. Yeah, I don't know how he does it, but he's absolutely mental. The last 29 world records. Anyway, this track, yeah, I don't really like what Nintendo did to it, honestly. It's a lot wider and much longer as well than it would have been in 8 Deluxe. As we know, it's been released for the second game in a row. Yeah, and I'm putting it in bad tier. The next track is N64 Chocolate Mountain. Yeah. It's going in bad tier, this track is. I just don't like what they've done to it, really. Yeah, especially with how it looked in 8 Deluxe as well. I just don't like it. It just looks a completely different track to me. And doesn't really look the same. Anyway, we've got another fan favourite on our hands. Toad's Factory. First of all, GOAT track. Secondly, the difficulty's been lowered, but who cares? Still GOAT track. I'm putting this at legendary tier for Toad's Factory, but would have been even better if they'd had the crates from the conveyor section and the late cut and the end. Okay, 4 tracks left, and the next one is Bowser's Castle. Yeah, this is probably my worst driven track in the game, I'm just gonna say. Yeah, it's good visually, but how I play it, terrible, so this is gonna go in average. Yeah, sorry to all those Bowser's Castles fans, honestly. Okay, anyway, next track is Acorn Heights. Yeah, let's put this at meh. Nah, that's too harsh. We'll put it at good because, once again, Really good visual track. Really like how it plays. Sometimes you just can get unlucky though. That's my only complaint about this track. You can get unlucky with it. Anyway, next track is Mario Circuit. 2 tracks left. Yeah, I'm just putting this straight in excellent because I really like how Nintendo combined SNES Mario Circuits 1, 2 and 3 to make it an ultimate track, even though it's like a minute long. Okay, anyway, we're finally here. The final track of the ranking, Rainbow Road. Hands down, this has to be the best track in the franchise visually. Yeah, everything about it. You see references like SNES Rainbow Road with the rainbow swamps on section 3. Like the water section is really majestic. Especially section 4, oh my god, it's literally chaos. But the only problem is, it's 4 minutes long. Yeah, so no one will want to race on that, so I'll put it in legendary, but it deserves to go in the top of excellent. And there you have it, guys. That is my official track ranking tier list in Mario Kart World. I say it's pretty fair, but I'm curious for your thoughts, so comment down what you would change, so let me know. But anyway, that's all I have for you today, guys. If you do like this video, please be sure to subscribe, share it to your friends, and like the video. Also, comment down what is your favourite track in this game. Also, so see you in the next video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.